floating on your back, these three items are a must. Head and body position, my breath control, and my arms. I'll start with head and body position. Make sure my head is low enough in the water where my ears are actually under the water. I only breathe on my nose and mouth, so that's critical that those stay dry and access the air. Second part is the breath control, probably most critical. I want to have more of my air being in, out a little bit, breathe in, out a little bit, breathe in, and I'll be floating that way. Third is the hand and arm position. Watch. Head and body first. Breath control and my arms. Watch what happens when my arms come out of the water even a couple inches. Watch. I went under. That's how critical those hands and arms are when floating on your back. So we're going to start real backstroke. Follow a straight arm. But watch what happens if my arm goes too slow and it goes up in the air. Every action, equal opposite reaction. Check this out. Watch. So I went underwater just now. I'm going to do 4 strokes at a time if I'm learning backstroke. 4 strokes, they're kind of quick. Thumb comes out first, pinky goes in first. But if your arm is straight, it's not going to matter. It's going to happen automatically. Watch what I mean. 1, 2 in the water, 3 in the water, and 4. I go back and kick and pedal a little bit. If I'm ready again, if I'm ready for more, I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Watch what happens also if my arm stops before they get in the water. Watch this. Right there, look. I start to sink a little bit more. Critical, thumb goes out, pinky goes in, get that arm in the water immediately. What are bobs? Well, I'm going to go underwater, and I'm going to blow out through my nose. I like to say the word pop, pop. You can practice this in your car at an intersection while you're driving. Pop, pop. Air going out of the nose. I do the pop to clear the water droplets, and then I inhale through the mouth. Watch. Pop. 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 What does that have to do with swimming freestyle? Everything. Watch. Pop. 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 It's the exact same breathing doing bobs to breathing freestyle. Exactly the same. There's no difference. If you're a little nervous or having some trouble floating, remember this principle. If it's up and down vertical, it's going to sink. If it's spread out across the water, it's going to float. You'll float better spreading yourself out across the water. The principle of displacement. If I'm on my back, I want to spread out tall. Stretch out as tall as I can with my ears under. I'm 6'3", 215 pounds. Without a lot of effort, I can float. Same thing on my belly. But it's easier because I'm stretching out across that water. So first step, get comfortable being in the water. If that just means you're walking around a little bit, even putting your legs in for a while before you actually get in the water, that's cool, awesome. Then get some shallow water. You just get used to it. Move around a little bit. When you think you're ready, then you start learning how to hold your breath and floating. All right, folks, let's talk about cramping for a second. Cramping is caused by 3 sources, usually dehydration, lack of stretching, or pure exhaustion, muscle fatigue. If I'm doing a basic side stroke like this to get across the pool, a little exercise, if I start getting too tired and I'm cramping, like in my sides, likely exhaustion, I can slow it down, relax. If I find out that the cramping is more from a dehydration standpoint, obviously, you gotta hydrate, drink some more fluids. Last one is lack of stretching. What if you're swimming, your calf locks up? Well, we gotta stretch it. So, pull that foot back a little bit, you stretch out the calf, or if you need to, grab a wall. Stretch out your calf that way. Hop out, walk around. Those are muscle cramps. They're irritating, but they are somewhat preventable. I'm sure several of you out there have choked on water before. Very unpleasant. Also can be really scary, especially if you're over your head in some water that's a little bit deep. So, how do you avoid actually choking on water? Well, you learn how to breathe properly, exchanging of air underwater, above the water. Again, I like to go with bobs. I like to say, pop, pop. In so many words, watch. Pop, pop. You're gonna see the same exact breathing on freestyle as I swim. Watch. Not once did I choke on some water. However, even after all the years I've swam, it still happens once in a while. But I'm taking a very small breath. So if it happens to me, it shouldn't be that big of a deal because about another second, I take another breath.